Party crashers, I need y'all to pull up your chairs right now. Right now. Honey, this ain't no tea. This is receipts on how the elite take out their own. Malcolm-Jamal Warner is dead. It's dead. And the closer we look, do y'all smell that? The closer we look, the more it's smelling like his so-called wife. Honey, she allegedly was an elite sleeper cell. An elite sleeper cell. Yes. And what are those? They are people that are planted in your life for one reason. Now, what's the reason, y'all? The reason is to pull off the what? The magic trick. The magic trick they so much love. Honey, now if y'all have watched Paperwork Party, you have heard the term magic trick, okay? But over here, you know what? I call it what it is. The bait and the switch. Honey, let me tell y'all what that is. They show you one hand, right? They show you the crime, the headlines. Oh, passed away in a tragic accident. It was a drowning. It was a car wreck. That's one hand. While on the other hand, honey, they are burying the truth so deep, you'll never find it. You won't find the truth, okay? But baby, see, we see the cards. We see the cards. We see they hands. We see the hands. And when I tell you, we are about to flip this whole table over. We flipping the table today, baby. You got it. You got it darn right. So I need y'all to like, share, and subscribe and comment in these videos. Honey, I need to know what y'all think about this, the magic trick. They love that. We seen it with Whitney Houston. They did the magic trick. They had all y'all thinking that she passed away drowning in a tub. They did the same thing to her daughter. They did the same thing to Angie Stone. And they all, guess what? They all had a what? A sleeper cell. An elite sleeper cell. Some people say Ray J was a sleeper cell. You know, they say Angie Stone has sleeper cells in her orbit. And her close friends that she worked with has confirmed that she has sleeper cells. And make no mistake, Malcolm-Jamal Warner has sleeper cells too. Now, who all are the sleeper cells? We have no idea. But honey, they was waiting on a day when Malcolm felt confident to start to speak his truth and get on these podcasts and expose what happened 20, 30 years ago. They're not about to allow any of y'all in Hollywood to expose the past because you just woken up and you want to unite your people. You want to get your people together. No, they want you to stay asleep. They cannot afford that. So, honey, let's start with the Malcolm. Let's start with what Malcolm was about to do. Can we start there? Word on the curb is he had a podcast coming, already in works, where he was ready to talk. He was going to expose it all, y'all. How the elites, how they paint black men, how they want to put black men in dresses for rituals and all that. How they how they want black men to stay in these stereotype roles. Like they have really good movies that is high value for black people, but they'll wipe them off the board and push buffoonery because they don't want our people to elevate. You know, so he was going to expose all of that. Now, you know, that's money right there. You know they was not about to allow that, honey. Okay? So, honey, it was not no fluff. It was not a sitcom rerun. We talking about real talk, what was going on in the industry. That's what he was talking about. He wasn't going to talk about the reruns of the episodes of Bill Cosby. No, he was not. The kind of talk that makes the wrong people nervous. Yeah. And party crashers, you know the patterns. A black man gets ready to speak his truth, to pull the curtain back on the elite, and suddenly, silence. Medical emergency, tragic drowning, always the same play. They couldn't have that, honey, they couldn't have that mic turned on. They could not have that mic turned on. So what did they do? They pulled the plug before he even got in the booth. Man, now let's talk about his wife. Sleeper cell 101. A person you think is there for love, A person you think is there for loyalty, for life. But in reality, y'all, they're there to watch, to monitor, to control, and to act when the green light is given. Tanisha got a history, honey. Okay. Okay. Private identity, 17 different Facebook profiles, vanishing act, right when the cameras needed to see her grief, no heartfelt statements, no fight for justice, a secret funeral, and now she's just gone. Okay? Now I'm just saying, listen, now I'm not just saying she's an elite plant, okay? But you tell me, y'all, who disappears after their husband dies unless disappearing is a part of the plan? And who better to arrange a trip to Costa Rica? Far from home, far from the U.S. press, then the person sleeper, huh? Man, come on now, come on. Who is better to plan that and do all that? They said, and you can look this up, that she planned this trip earlier this year. She was posting the locations, talking about she wants the chef, just putting it all out there so the other people, I guess the people would take him out. They already was aware. No, they don't do phone calls. She's not going to call the higher ups and say, hey, we going here. I want to let y'all know, because that's paper trails. They don't need to do all that. They will set it. All they got to do is post online, hey, we're doing here on this date. And it's going to be far in advance, so you won't connect the dots. And see, the hitters, they was already up on game months ago. You know, come on now, when they do their jobs, they get their assignment years from, months from. It's not just like that. And then they said that Malcolm, he caught wind that somebody was on to him, that they knew that Malcolm was going to start exposing certain things they would not want out on his podcast, and they had to snatch that mic. Just like they snatched the mic from Angie Stone. She was about to get on podcast. She was about to come out with documentaries to expose the truth. And you know, Angie Stone, she always stood up for black men. She always had a love for black men. Honey, they was she was about to tell what they did to black men too in Hollywood and in the music industry, honey. But they were not not letting that go. So who is better to plan this other than the person sleeping right next to him? And let's talk about this. Here's how the play works. The bait. They dangle the drowning story. Oh, how tragic. He died saving his daughter. That pulls your heartstrings, don't it? I know when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, he died a hero. We got distracted. We was just so in the zone, like, okay, well, he died a hero. He died saving his daughter. That's the bait. The switch, let's talk about that. They changed the date. Yeah. Silence witnesses. What haven't we heard anybody come on out? Bury the bodies, and then wipe out any trace of what really happened. Because like Hollywood, they want to push their narrative. They want to push their agenda. They want to push their truths, okay? See, Monday, death was announcement, the death announcement, right? Then Sunday, death reality. And the more you dig, some whispers say it could have been earlier than that. They didn't see, y'all, they didn't see, they didn't just mess up the timeline, y'all, they controlled it. And remember, the magic trick is just the cover show. Over here, we call it the bait and switch because it's designed to make you look at one thing over here while the truth is slipping back in the back door. But they want you to look over here, but the truth is out here. You see how that, you see it, bait and switch? Okay. Then there's a chief of police in Costa Rica. According to what's been reported, this man got emotional, eyes watering, voice breaking, as he explained that Malcolm died trying to save his 8-year-old daughter. When a seasoned law enforcer shows that kind of emotion, it says a lot. And maybe that's exactly why his life could be in danger now. Because a local official speaking from the heart can wreck the elite's whole script. And let's be real, y'all. It's no coincidence that while the chief words are out here, other agencies are seeing something completely different. That's not a different perspective. That's a coordinated effort to rewrite history. We have all saw the headlines. They say Malcolm died saving his 8-year-old daughter. And then we know the FBI over there, they say that is not true. She was not even in the water. Well, the chief of police is talking to reporters and is crying, telling the story. He said he was there. He's seen it with his own eyes. And he also said that when he arrived at the scene, it was nobody giving Malcolm CPR for 45 minutes. He saw the wife, the sleeper cell elite, standing over Malcolm's body. Yeah. So she was there. She didn't go run out to get no food, according to him. She was there. However, the FBI over there, they got a whole different story, y'all. Ain't that awkward? And let's talk about this little girl. People want to know, is that his daughter or is it not his daughter? We don't have any confirmation either. But she is the core of the police story. Because the police chief story, his whole narrative is he died saving his 8 little girl. And he wanted that to be the narrative, right? But now, no proof. No photos, no statements, no public acknowledgement. Party crashers, this is a classic distraction move. Give a child to focus on so you can stop asking who killed Malcolm. They know exactly how to pull our emotions with kids, right? With so much stuff. But they never follow through with the facts. They never do it. Malcolm mama, Pamela, can we talk about her? This woman is moving like somebody got a hand on her shoulder and a script in her hand. Nervous eyes, careful words, forced to have a secret funeral. What's that about? Always from the public who loved her son. She should be out here embracing his people because we are a part of Malcolm, you know? And all this, he died peacefully. And a lot of people are saying, I don't believe she said that. I need you to do your research. Look it up. She came out not too long ago and she did say on her own that he died peacefully. She said he transitioned in water. He was birthed in water and transitioned in water. And I told y'all about that water portal, okay, that a lot of higher elites do. You guys know that the mom, she's been in Hollywood showbiz before Malcolm was probably even born. She got him as a child into the business. They know a lot. People are saying that Malcolm's mom is scared, knowing exactly what they did to her son. She could be next. I don't know. But all I know is what she gave us a couple of days ago, it was foolishness, okay? He died peacefully. He drowned. Burning in your eyes with that salt water, your lungs full of water, you fighting for your life. Okay, that is no peace. That's no peace. So we know that's a lie. And she also said when she spoke out that his job was complete. We know that's a lie, and look that up. Some people say, I don't believe she would say his job was complete. Party crashers, you know the rules, and you know what she said. Can y'all please put it up here and confirm that she did say his job was complete, and she did say that he died peacefully. And I don't agree with neither one of those because Malcolm was just on board, getting on his podcast, exposing the elite, they say he was going to expose what happened to him in Hollywood. Because you know, most of these kids, in Hollywood, something really tragic happened to them. And we haven't heard anything from Malcolm because he hasn't really been out here. But recently, more than ever, he had the fire behind him and he was ready to speak. But as soon as he was getting ready to speak, he dies. And y'all think that's just a coincidence? Be for real. Be for real. When I tell y'all, when a mother can't even bury one child in peace, it's because someone with power is declining what she can and cannot do. That's control and that's fear. That's what? The elite. Costa Rica wasn't a vacation spot. It was the perfect stage for the bait and switch. A small local press, okay, told the man they told the truth first. Then here come ABC, NBC, TMZ, the elite media machine. And what did they do? They wanted to rewrite the story as just a tragic accident of a drowning. You ever wonder why it's never the American press breaking the story? Huh? Because the American press works for who? The machine. They are all in this together. The government, the Hollywood, all of it, baby. And if you think, I know some of y'all think you reaching. If you think I'm reaching, remember Angie Stone. They ran that same play on her, did they not? Planted sleeper cells right in her orbit. Okay, it's a guy named Stone Paxton, I believe. Go look him up about Angie Stone in the sleeper cell. He is Angie Stone's close friend and business partner, and he even exposed that is so true. I'm just saying. Even her friends confirmed it. People around her who would, man, it's so many people around her who weren't there to protect her, and they were there to watch her. They wasn't there to protect her. They were there to watch her. Okay? Sleeper cells are how the elite get close without getting caught. They don't just infiltrate your business. They infiltrate your home. They infiltrate your friendships, your love life. Angie's case was a test run. Okay? Malcolm's, that's the upgrade. Okay? This isn't just about Malcolm, y'all. This is about a system that has no problem erasing you. If you're a threat, the bait and switch only works if the audience stop looking. And party crashers, we don't blink. We don't blink. They planted the wife. They controlled the location. They switched the story. They silenced the mama. They erased the daughter. And they think the show is over. But here's what they forgot. You can't run a magic trick on people who already know the trick. Hello? And you damn sure can't bait and switch a party crasher. Honey, we will keep Malcolm's name alive. We will keep asking who, why, and how. And we will not stop until every lie is burned away. Every sleeper cell wife, every machine, every elite machine, and every curtain is coming down. The show is over.